Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Guys. Okay, let's begin normally and after that I'm gonna talk to you. Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Is Dark Material season 3 episode 7. For sure I'm gonna watch also today's episode 8 that you're gonna have on the same day on Patreon and on Thursday. Yes, on Thursday on YouTube. Guys, see, I'm a little disturbed and I'm a little like that because of the fact that this is the end of this show and it's already making me emotional because you know how much I loved to begin this show with you guys, like to begin a show which was translating the books which made me dream so much when I was young. Again, warning, I read them a lot, but when I was young I didn't read them again before watching this show, before watching any of the seasons, because in a weird way I didn't want to have any spoilers. But you know, I loved so much to begin this show and to see that they were so well translating everything from the books. You saw it like really, when I remember the first episode that I watched with you guys, I remember that I had really kids' eyes like, oh, this is perfect, like really I had this impression. So it's making me emotional to finish this show, to finish this story, you know, to see how they're gonna do the end, all of that. I'm also emotional because I know what the end is gonna be, and clearly it destroyed me when I was young, because you know, during entire books, during entire chapters, lines, situations, we saw these two falling in love and all, and that was beautiful and that was pure also, that was so pure, and all of the symbolic around that and all, that really the first time that I read the books I didn't see the end coming at all. I know that before that into the books they put warnings, you know, like, oh, in fact maybe you can't live into another world than yours, you know, things like that. And the writers of the show, they did it, you know, with, during the last episode, it was Will's dad who already began to talk about it. But really, the first time that I read the books, I didn't see it coming at all, so I was destroyed, because for me such a pure love couldn't be ended like that, like it was not possible. I really thought, you know, that at the end we would have like a line saying something like, and they're gonna come back together in a new trilogy, like that's gonna be an all new adventure for them to be reunited. Really, I thought that. No, it didn't happen. It was not written, it didn't happen. We had another trilogy, but that was another part of the story. And I'm waiting for the third book of that new trilogy. I hope that maybe one day we're gonna have the adaptation of it on screen. That's another story. All of that to say that I was destroyed and it really marked me. I talked about it a lot, you know, the fact that Mrs. Coulter's love for Lyra and Mrs. Coulter's character in general really shocked me a lot when I was young, the first time that I read the books, because truly it was disturbing for me. It was really weird for me as a kid to understand that someone who loves you can hurt you that much because he or she loves you. Like, I could see that Mrs. Coulter, she truly loved Lyra, but to see that no matter what, she was hurting her, and physically, mentally and all, I was so disturbed by that. So you saw how much it shocked me, so I think that you can understand that when I'm telling you that the end of The story also shocked me, also disturbed me. Like, it's at the same intensity, you know. I really lived this story like that, you know, like it was in my bones, it was everything, like I felt it, I felt the story. So that's why right there, preparing myself for the end of the story, it's rough, it's emotional. Preparing myself for the end of this show, which was so great, which was adapting so well these books, it's also emotional. And I think that I'm also emotional because I don't know which books that I read, which things, you know, that I loved so much as books can be adapted now and could make me feel the same things. Like, you know, I'm thinking Harry Potter, I already have that. The Lord of the Rings, I already have that. Game of Thrones, I already have that. His Dark Materials, I already have that. Narnia, I loved the first movie, and after that, I don't know, I had the impression that it was not that good. Maybe Narnia, you know, as a show, it should be great. It could be so great, in fact. You know, one season, one story, like, I would love that. But see, I don't know really what books that I read as a kid could be adapted again. So I have the impression that it's the last time that I'm gonna feel like that I'm gonna watch a show or a movie with kids' eyes again, being, you know, like a kid again, like I want that to be well translated, you know, that feeling. I don't know if I'm gonna feel it again, so it's making me also emotional. So see, I'm really emotional today. That's why I prepared 2 tissues, not just one. 2 tissues, because it can go wild, you know, really quick. For this episode, you know, I know that we have 2 episodes. I know that we need to have the war, everything about the war with Asriel. We have to have Mrs. Coulter again, Serafina, all of that. That's gonna be so great. We have to have now our guys meeting Mary, talking about death, all of that. We need to have the conversation, the serpent, talking about love, about her story and all. And after that we need to have the moment. For me, the moment is not gonna happen during this episode, maybe more during the next one. Like, I can imagine that during this one it's gonna be mostly about the war, and then during the final episode, the resolution, you know, of all of that. So the moment. Warning, I don't want to see it. Like, you know, into the books, for what I remember about it, we have just maybe the beginning of it, and after that, nothing, and it's just them coming back and they changed. And you know, it's really subtle and it's really well done. So, you know, I want something like that also into the show. I want something as pure as it is into the books. So see, I have a lot of expectations, and at the same time I'm really stressed, and at the same time I'm already feeling emotional and just imagining the moment and also the end, really the end. And spoiler alert, jump if you don't know it, the goodbyes. I can cry in advance just to imagine these goodbyes. Oh, that's gonna be so difficult. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode before me crying for no reason during this intro, really. Again, if you want to have the extended or maybe the full reaction part for this episode, the next one, and or I don't know, and I don't know if I'm gonna put the full reaction part, check the description to know that. It's on my Patreon. If you want also to thank me for this binge watching of this season and the show also, it's on my Patreon. You can subscribe, you know, only for 1 month. And that's it. Let's go. Can you tell me in the comments if you were as nervous as me, you know, before beginning these 2 final episodes? How did you feel? Is it normal for me, you know, to feel so so stressed and so emotional in advance. I have the impression, you know, I know that I'm an emotional person, so I know that I'm feeling stuff in a more intense way, but sometimes I also have the emotion that even for someone hypersensitive like me, it's also excessive. You know, it's rough sometimes to know if my feelings, you know, are legitimate or not. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna be okay. No, I want to cry already. Stop that. I can feel the tears coming. Stop! Stop! I need to begin, so I'm gonna be focused on the action and I'm not gonna cry. Come on, I need to begin now. HBO, you were a pain in the ass during the entire season.
I have devoted my entire life to science, to the pursuit of truth.
And thinking that you would be the one to save you. Oh, nope.
Here I stand, unable to avoid the prophetic truth in front of me. The success of our entire rebellion seemingly hinges upon the survival of our daughter. We have to win this fight. We just have to keep Metron's forces away from the girl and the boy long enough for them to be reunited with their demons.
Go through to that world. It's sunny. It smells nice.
We need to get to our demons, right? So if I cut to the Republic, find them, you can go to that last world and I'll meet with them.
You want to leave me?
We'll leave you. Just let you go there.
Not
I'm
without
sorry,
you.
you still don't understand. We're in this together.
No. I'm going to go there. I'm going to make sure that when his house comes down, Metatron goes into that abyss. I have to believe that flesh is stronger than spirit.
I don't think you can be certain of it.
And the only thing I've ever been certain of. That I was born to change the world.
What did I say?
To someone giving the girl nothing.
I appreciate some of his ideas, but his character.
They released back and buy that time.
You do that. For her?
Not just her. If I succeed in bringing him to the abyss, will you detonate the device?
You do understand it's not just death down there. It's eternal oblivion.
He's ready to sacrifice himself.
Tell me how this ends. You don't need me to. You've already made up your mind. You have an extraordinary power to suppress the best of yourself.
Her pushing away her demon. It was her pushing away a part of her. She never accepted herself fully. And that's why she couldn't love also someone. She didn't love herself.
Right, so we are too.
We cower under the tyranny of an authority who calls himself Creator. A lie that has prevented us from living our lives to the utmost. There's our chance. It is our chance to tell him that our lives are beautiful and precious. Thanks to my daughter. Thanks to Lyra. We need no longer fear that fate. For from today, death is no longer an ending, but instead a journey back into life.
Yes, I'm crying a little. Shh.
The authority has no power over us. Today, life confronts death. Today, we will tell him that our children shall experience paradise, but they will know it down here, in the earth. We are free!
Okay, you got me, Asriel. All of that?
I'm glad I said we didn't have to win this fight.
Our advantages do not mean the children are.
No pressure.
To the south, where the mountains rise from the plateau.
Attack! This time, get us on the perimeter.
You're mad. You're so mad.
We're gonna find pattern in all of this.
At least we're in the same world as them. Pan and Yoding will be together, looking after each other.
Like the two of you.
You are needed. For Lyra, Metatron is releasing the demon eaters.
Leave these people. Leave them. Don't attack them. I don't want anyone to lose his or her demon. I know that it's gonna happen. Shut up. Yes, you saw it, right? Ta mère! La putain ta mère! Sorry. Ça.
Come to me.
You know that theory that a lot of fans have about the fact that she has witch demon and that's why she can do that with her demon? What did you do right there? I don't remember that from the books. My fault?
Put down the knife. Your Will and your Lyra. I'm Commander Gunway, and I'm here to protect you. I'll take you to Asriel's camp.
Am I ready to see Pan all by himself? I'm not sure.
Lyman, you've been through so much pain, but you must be reunited with Lyra. You're in grave danger. They left us. I know,
Pan.
but they've come back for you. We have to hurry. Will you trust me?
Oh my god!
Take your word for it.
Okay, it was literal, it was subtle. Enough to make me cry, but you know, I appreciate the fact that they didn't push it too much, you know. It's emotional thing.
All I know is Asriel's proud of you.
No, he isn't.
No, he
Personally
is.
heard him chanting your name in front of hundreds of his own troops.
I don't know why you do that.
Lights! Get down.
That sound, you know, like...
Brave soldier, join me.
Don't listen.
I am your only hope.
Don't
for
listen!
Strike down my enemies, and you will be forgiven. Resist me, and you'll be damned.
Don't.
Show yourself to me.
You intrigue me.
It's the mother of Eve.
You control those specters as if they're your playthings.
She controlled them, she didn't destroy them. That I can remember it,
Join me.
now that you're saying it. Is it a smile? Are you smiling to him, finally?
You know what to do.
That was a goodbye to him. You could have done better. Like, I know that I feel too much pain and love for her relationship with her demon, but not for the demon and not for her. Really, it's for their bond, which was in fact never there, not really.